Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for attending. My name is Sabrina Young, and I'm with Young's Daughters Funeral Home and Bereavement Center. Today, I get the great pleasure to announce a good old friend of mine, Pastor Robert Beamon of A New Day Fellowship Church. And today's mission, we are going to be talking about what happens in the church when a congregation member or parishioner goes ahead and falls terminally ill or death occurs. Robert, thank you so much for joining with us today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having me on.
Wonderful. So walk us through a little bit about when a parishioner is terminally ill, what should they expect or what steps should they start expecting from you or the church?
Well, from the church, and I am part of the church, is to get a visit. And then not only visit, but then from the deacons also, not only that, but from different people that are associated with the church to find out what is their need, what they need help with, not only that, but how can we be assistants, not only just pray with them, but actually do action. We're more of a community church, and so we're an action church instead of just a talkative church.
Well, that is so relieving to hear that it's not just the pastor visiting the home. It is the whole body of your church that is flourishing and giving care at that bedside. That's real enlightening to hear because sometimes churches just don't have the manpower, but it sounds like you guys have the heart power to do so. So that's amazing.
Yes, we're few, but we large at heart.
There you go. So what happens when a congregation, like when a member passes away, either you know about the death or you don't know about the death? What should a member of your church do when they experience a death?
When a member experiences a death, they should notify the first person. We do have a person that's set up to receive that call. And after they receive the call, they'll go through a prayer line, or that they would, not only that, but they would put us on a text. And so everyone in the church would know what's going on and how we should be a part of it, and to help them with their transitioning time. And not only that, but give them a more of a loving heart of things that's to come. We do a lot of talking, but it's time for action, and that's what we do. We're action people, and so you contact us. We'll just do what needs to be done.
That is absolutely amazing. You are probably one of the most technologically enhanced churches that I've seen in a good while, with all the information that you're putting out. I love that even if they are homebound and they're terminally ill, that you are live streaming your services. Your Bible studies on Wednesday are livelier than ever. So I commend your church for reaching out and having a broader broadcast for your spiritual supply of food there. So the death occurs, they're going to contact your first person within your church, and then a text message is typically sent out for words of comfort and prayer. And then they get with a local funeral home, and then they begin to plan funeral arrangements. Now, you as a pastor, do you like to be included at the time of arrangements there at the funeral home, or do you have your own private after they've already gathered?
Well, I'll let them decide. I'll say I'm there if you want me there. If not, then give it to family. And whatever the family decide, we'll just go along with the family. So I give them that option. That's the best thing to do, because sometimes, in that time of, there's a lot of turmoil that you would go in when there's a death in the family. And somebody's fighting over the watch, someone fighting over the shotgun, someone fighting over the Kleenex. It's just crazy. So I'd rather just wait until, the family invite me in, because we don't want to just be pushy. We're interested in helping, but we wait for them to reach out. Once they reach out, we're there to help out.
Absolutely. And without a shadow of doubt, that I feel that all the time ever since I've stepped foot and toured your church. Talking about your church specifically, what are some do's and don'ts when they are planning the services at the funeral home? Do you have anything that is things you deter from, or things you really accept that you're strong at?
Well, I think we're strong at a lot of things that goes on. Now we're kind of open to a lot of things, but but long as it's biblically text, we're fine with that. Sometimes it's not biblically text, we kind of back off, because we want to make sure that this is a firm foundation, and we don't want to just let loosey goosey come in and do what they choose to do. Our job is to allow them just to be who they are, but still respect the Lord and his duties at the same time. So I really do appreciate that. Yes, we do have to, like I said, go for the Lord and consult and see what needs to be done and make sure it's okay with all the family members. Sometimes family members not interested in certain things or certain that, and if they came to us, then it's our obligation to bring forth the word of God in today's form and the way it is.
Absolutely. Some families, for instances, they want to bring flowers into the chapel. They want to have an open casket during the services. They want to have a movie displayed or a tribute video. Are all those things pretty acceptable within your chapel area?
Yes, it is. Most
Okay.
definitely. We could bring the flowers. You could bring. We do have amenities to set them up for video and music. We have a musician that's here all the time, and now we have we have 3 IT people. So it's pretty open, and so we're allowed to just accommodate the way that they're interested in doing because we have the technology.
Absolutely. So to, making it personalized and including and making it diverse all in the same go, you guys have really elevated that for families, I would say, being all inclusive. So is there
Yes,
any
so-
ceremonies or rites that you do at the committal service or the graveside? Is there any things that the family should be expecting there?
Well, what the family should expect is that what we do is open up with the word of prayer. After the word of prayer, we do, and some scriptures that we do is, and one of them, for example, is 1 Corinthians 15 and 51. And it talks about, about the incorruptible and the corruptible. And not only that, but we're having a better sight. And then it says for us to talk about these things, and it says comfort each other at the end with these words. And then now that we do a committal, and the committal mean that we bring the body and take it back to the ground for which it came. And it says, ashes, I'm gonna say, ashes, dust to dust. I commit this body back to the ground for which it has came. And so if they want to keep the casket up, I'm fine with that. They want to lower it down and then bring some earth to them, I'm fine with that. It's just flexible. Whichever the family is interested in doing, we accommodate with them 100%.
Wonderful. I love to see that. Sometimes it's culturally and the fact that you're such a blended congregation, being able to adapt to each individual niches is a very warm and good feeling. Put some butterflies in the heart for you. So what about a bereavement meal? What about food and fellowship or a repast? Is that something that your church offers to the families?
Yes, it is. We do have a gymnasium, which is a family life center, should we say, but it's actually a gymnasium. And we can accommodate that with no problem. Only thing that right now is we're only for weekends only. And the reason is because we have a learning academy. And so, strict laws and licensing will not let certain people come in certain areas unless they have been certified to come in or approved, and we have not allowed that to happen. But we do have different areas, but we do have that a space for that to happen.
Well, I love that your church is so advanced, even with the school attachment piece to your church. I think what you are doing and what you have done is magnificent in the community. So talking about, they get the repast, they get the meal, they get that fellowship, but what about bereavement resources? Do you counsel your members one-on-one? Do you have set classes that are beneficial for them?
We don't have set classes, but we do counsel with them. We check on them. One thing I do is right afterwards, I thank the family for allowing me to, to say words over their family, their loved one. Not only that, but the relatives, and then thank them for the service that they allowed us to do. Not only that, we'll keep in touch with them, and it may not be my text, but be other people that's texting the individuals step by step, just to make sure that things are working fine. Not saying it's perfect, but they're working for recovery to get them back on the traveling road again to victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and we also would love to be an extension to anybody that's out there in the community. Young Daughters Bereavement Center is welcome to anyone. Most of the classes are free to participate in. We have biblical-based classes and non-religious affiliated classes, and we have quite a few things. So in the days and weeks to come, we'll definitely be sending you our bereavement calendar and resources to share. But
Thank you.
if you are looking for a tour of a New Day Fellowship, I highly recommend going out there and seeing his services. A good phone number to do so, to set that up, is going to be their office line at 254-899-9321. And if it's an emergency or after hours, or if you're needing prayer or there's an illness or a death, please reach out to the office line. Their phones do roll over, and so your calls will be answered by a staff member. So Pastor Robert, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to educate the community and welcoming them to come out for tours. We look forward to hopefully another video and sharing some of our bereavement resources to you and your team.
Thank you for allowing me to come and share with you all, and I wish many wells to you, Justin, and the children that are gathered there, a family-oriented service 100%. So I wouldn't say funeral home, I just say service, because you all are full blended in service. So I really do appreciate you all in this city of Temple.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And to all of the followers, if you have any questions for the church, please leave them down in the comments. I will get with Pastor Robert Beamon to go ahead and get those answered for you. If you need any other assistance, please like, share, and subscribe and comment on all those wonderful social media pages that we have. But until then, we look forward to our next videos. Thank you so much.
Thank you.